Hey everybody, this is the Rule of Three coming at ya. My name is Sarah.
Stop.
Was that for me?
Yes, it
Oh,
was.
okay. My name's Rebecca.
I'm Bethany.
Glad we still remember our names.
And I think
That's
there's
good.
something in here that's causing it, that we're inhaling to cause us to forget things.
Yes.
At least that's the running theory that I have at this point.
Well,
Maybe.
there are many theories, Beth.
Yes.
Hmm.
There's only one truth.
Touche.
And I don't know it.
Me neither.
The truth is in
They
the
thought
bowl.
they were going to get something.
Don't touch it.
I can't touch it if
You
I
can't
want.
touch it. I am the only one to touch
I
it.
can touch
Actually,
it.
that's not true. I'm the one that's supposed to put my
Yeah,
hand.
but I don't put my hand in it. I'm only supposed to hold it.
Yeah.
So she can't touch it. That's wrong.
Touching.
Oh.
Well, we'll see how
Oh, wait a
it
minute.
goes. Yeah, you... Come
Yeah,
on,
really,
Ray.
get with the program.
Yo, 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 yo.
All right.
All right.
Chill
We don't
out.
want to lose the subject.
Yeah. Jobs you worked.
Oh my
Gonna
goodness,
work,
yeah.
Work. Gonna go to work. I'm not saying twerk, it's work.
Yeah.
No.
We're not twerking.
Okay, wow.
We're going downtown into work, huh?
Well, I could start out if you want.
Yeah, go
Sure,
ahead.
go ahead.
I worked at a bakery in Hannaford. And if you don't know what Hannaford is, it is a store in Maine and parts of New England.
Yeah, it's
Other
like
parts,
Shaw's
I
think it's-
or, that kind of place.
It's mainly, mainly in Maine.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's true.
But yeah, I worked that bakery. I worked it, and it was frantic sometimes. You wouldn't believe how many people come through there. I have a fun story. It was my second day of work, and I don't know if I already told this story in a previous episode. Sorry.
I don't think you did.
I
No.
don't think I did.
No, it didn't come up.
So, I was unfamiliar with the products provided by the Hannaford Bakery at that point. You know what? The people want to hear this. Maybe you don't.
Just speed it up a little.
I'm trying to lead up to the story.
Okay. All right, well, let's
Alright, so anyway, I'm not familiar with the products. It was me and another girl, and we were both brand new. And the manager said, I have a meeting to go to upstairs. Can you guys handle this? Well, it was kind of dead in there at that point, and I was like, sure. So, yeah, that's my sure, I figured I was home free. So I'm going along, bagging breads, printing labels, putting stuff out. And this lady comes up, and she had a leather vest on with a tank top, and it said Harley Davidson, and I'm like, oh, okay. She didn't look happy at first in any way. She kind of just looked, kind of like she had a grudge, And I was like, alright, So she comes up and she's looking in the cases, and she's looking angry by the second, and I'm like, kind of put off. She comes up and she goes, you got any cheesecake drops? And I'm like, what are those? I'm standing there with my little blue eyes, and I'm like, what are those, miss? So she's like, cheesecake drops. You know them. And I'm like, no, I actually don't. Thinking to myself. And I'm like, give me a second. So I went back there, and I'm like, gonna find the cheesecake drops. So I'm going, where are they? And I'm like, lost. Completely lost. And I was just, ugh. So I went back out there, and I said, listen, I don't know exactly the product you're mentioning. I said, I'm new here. I said, I will try to find them. She goes, ugh. And she pulls some out of her pocket. It's a switchblade. And she starts spinning the switchblade, and I'm like, whoa. I'm like,
cheesecakes.
Yeah, get some cheesecake drops.
Woo! Yeah.
So
She
the
might
girl
start,
with me,
like,
she's only
trying out
18, the poor kid. And she's looking at me, like, with eyes, like, she's like, oh my God, you know, like.
Are we gonna die tonight?
Are we gonna die tonight? Over
Over-
cheesecake
Over
drops.
that, yeah.
Cheesecake drops, it turns out. Because I had called the manager, I was like, you better get down here quick. I said, some lady's looking for cheesecake drops.
It's serious.
And it's serious. And she
Yep.
means biz.
Yeah. You got a switchblade out over here.
She did. She had spinning it. Well, the manager comes and she's looking at the lady. She's like, you know, and she's going by with this nervous grin. And she goes in the room. She's like, oh, they're right on the wall here. So she went and she's like, just for future reference, these are where they are and all that. So she packages them up. And she's like, you could package them up. And she was trying to let us handle things, you know, to train us. So she put the girl that was with me in charge of that, so that she packaged them up and got them out to her. And the lady just takes them, like she grabs them, and she's stomping off. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, we're both like holding each other. We're like, thank God we get to live another day.
Because of cheesecake drops, you know?
It was just, she
Living.
wanted them cheesecake drops.
Mhm.
And it turns out that cheesecake drops are chocolate covered pieces of cheesecake. Who would have thought? It looks like a truffle, and instead of inside, you know, it being more chocolate of a sort,
Oh.
it's cheesecake.
Oh, that does sound divine.
So I worked at the bakery.
I'd
for
put
a
a
while.
switchblade out for that. I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
they sound great, you know?
And be nice to people in the service. It's hard.
It
You
is
know,
hard work.
It's hard work. I was there. I didn't love it, to be honest. I'm glad I'm not doing that anymore. But, you know, it's hard. So, I mean, I think you just did cleaning right along. You worked with the lady that...
Well, I started when I was 13 cleaning houses, and then just kind of went on and off, and then eventually it kind of just went away for a while, you know, for like 2-3 years. And I worked a job at a tea house. I did the...
Oh, that's right.
Yep, I did.
remember
I
now.
washed dishes. I prepared tea trays for high noon tea. They had a bunch of mixed teas. That most of the time the
Lavender
waitresses
lemonade. I
did, but
remember
I
that.
would make the lavender lemonade. That was something I would do.
Oh, yeah, the tea house.
Yep, the
Yeah.
lavender lemonade, which is basically, if you don't know what that is, it's lemonade, and it's with lavender tea in it. So very basic. I used to have to mix it and make it.
It
I
was
used
nice
to
though.
make a big like 10-gallon pitcher of it or pour of it. It was really
And it's
huge.
really pretty, too.
It's beautiful, like a lavender color.
Yeah, and it
is
has the
nice.
lemon slices in it, so it looks like something you'd get around Easter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
It's
beautiful.
really pretty.
But they
It
offered
smells
it.
nice,
You said
too.
you could have whatever you want. So when you were talking about the cheese cake drops, these weren't drops, but they were the cheesecake squares, and they're just very tiny. And she used to get them from like BJ's, and it
Yep.
was a big freezer box of like 40 of them, 50 of them, and I used to have to load up the top of the tea tray with the desserts, and then the middle would be like scones or depending, it
Scones.
could have been a
Are they
muffin.
scones? A scone.
Scones.
And then the rest would be tea sandwiches. Oh, it was great. I loved it.
It was a beautiful place.
It
too.
really
Yeah.
was. And I used to get like seasonal stuff. So like around harvest time, you'd have pumpkin soup, like pumpkin soup.
I
Oh my
love
gosh,
pumpkin soup.
It was so good. And she used to make me like a chicken sandwich
Yes.
with it. And I'd sit out on the porch. Oh my gosh, it was like the best thing in the world. But I know you liked the pumpkin.
I did
Yeah,
like the.
yeah.
I will make it at home. I
Oh,
love
it's
yeah,
the
great.
I
pumpkin
It's
soup.
remember.
great. I loved it.
I enjoy that.
Yeah.
I was remembering most of the jobs I've had have to do with like daycare or babysitting or things like that. But I do remember when I ran the store.
Oh yeah,
At the
that was a
time.
unique one. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was first starting out, I was pretty excited and, you know, stuff like that. It was kind of slow because it's a small town and, you know, people would come in here and there. It didn't last really, really long, but maybe for a year, I'd say.
Yeah, I think she.
But
had
I
career.
remember taking a phone call. It was a creepy phone call.
Ooh.
Like, this is not fun.
I don't think I remember this.
I was like,
Oh.
hi, welcome to blah, blah, blah. I can't remember the name of the store. It was that long ago. and this person was supposedly trying to sell me on like travel or vacation package or something. And I said, "I'm sorry, sir, but I'm just here to run the store, and if you have any questions about that, I can help you." And he's like, "Don't you want to go traveling?" Or it was very creepy the way he said it.
Was his voice creepy?
Yes.
Oh, what was it like?
Like those voices you never want to hear over the other side of the phone.
Well, what was it? Was it like
Raspy?
breathy?
Yes.
Don't
you
you,
know.
don't you want to go travel?
Kind of, but
There's
worse.
your go travel. Was
No,
it
that's-
scruffy?
It was scruffy.
That's
It was,
rattly.
Was it scruffy?
it was just like really unnerving.
Um,
It's the best way I can
I get
describe
it.
it.
Sometimes it's hard.
Don't you want to go travel? Right.
Like it's kind of like that, but worse. It
I was
just-
trying to like figure.
I
this
know
out.
you're trying, but I was very unnerved.
Maybe he's just creepy. Like some people can't help but be creepy, right?
No, it just was unsettling to me. He wanted to know more about me, my age, and all of that, and it was like scary.
Well,
so I was
Wow.
glad that I stopped working there eventually.
yes, yes.
yes, but
But it was good for the time. Other than that,
yeah, good
Yeah.
times rolling. All right. So that concludes our episode for tonight, or today, or tomorrow.
or whatever it
Any
is.
day,
Any day of the week,
Right?
we're here for you
We
to
are here.
support, to care, to love.
right.
Well, let's not go to love. We're not Sherman. No, no, we love you guys. Okay, so like and subscribe, and there's a bell. You said, Beth.
There's a little bell icon.
Yes, and you ring that bell, and it'll let you know when we post a video.
Yeah.
Pretty fancy stuff.
Wow.
And leave a comment. Tell us about maybe one of your interesting jobs that you've had over the years, or, tell us all about it. We'd love to hear it. Thank you all for watching. And
There's a link down in the description
Yeah.
to our Facebook page.
Yes, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.